Today, we're going to explore how to truly take care of our eyesight and, more importantly, how to protect our vision for the long run. If you've spent years in front of a computer, chances are you rely on glasses. But here is the good news. Science is showing us that poor eyesight and many common eye problems aren't just inevitable with age. In fact, with the right knowledge and habits, you can actively support your eyes and even improve some conditions that most people think are permanent. Today's discussion isn't just about blurry vision. We'll also look at dry eyes, glaucoma, cataracts, and age-related macular degeneration along the way. I'll share practical solutions grounded in both anatomy and recent research. To understand vision, we need to remember the basics of eye anatomy. Light first passes through the cornea, the dome-shaped window at the front of the eye. Then it reaches the lens, which can change shape thanks to tiny muscles, allowing us to focus on things both near and far. This process, called accommodation, works beautifully when we're young because the lens is flexible. Over time, though, the lens stiffens, making it harder to focus without glasses. The light eventually reaches the retina, a thin layer of tissue lining the back of the eye. You can think of the retina like wallpaper that captures light and translates it into electrical signals through the optic nerve, directly connecting to the brain. Within the retina lies the macula, and within the macula a tiny pinpoint called the fovea. This is the part of the eye responsible for the sharpest vision and the most vivid color detail. The real stars of this area are the cones. Specialized photoreceptor cells, cones are critical for daytime vision, color, and fine detail. What's unique about cones is that they are packed with mitochondria, the little energy-producing factories inside our cells, and here lies a key problem as we age. The mitochondria within our cones begin to decline since vision requires enormous energy, measured in ATP. The currency of mitochondria. Reduced mitochondria means reduced visual clarity. This is why by age 60, most people need 3 times more light to see the same detail as a 20-year-old. That loss of energy directly translates into weaker contrast sensitivity, more glare at night, and eventually conditions like age-related macular degeneration. Think about it when you find yourself needing a brighter lamp to read a book, or struggling to drive at night in the rain because of glare. It's not just getting older. It's your mitochondria running low on power. That also explains why people develop cataracts. Those cloudy areas in the lens, or why long hours at the computer leave vision blurry. It all comes back to energy failure within the eye, and if blood sugar isn't well controlled. As in type 2 diabetes, the damage accelerates. High sugar levels attack both the lens and the retina, leading to diabetic retinopathy and one of the leading causes of blindness worldwide. Now, science is uncovering fascinating ways to counter this decline. For example, a researcher named Dr. Harold Shell highlighted how high-dose vitamin D3 can support eye health, even helping with conditions like glaucoma when used correctly. While the details of safe dosing are essential to follow, this shows us how powerful nutrients can be for the eye. Similarly, new research into red light therapy has shown that exposing the retina to specific wavelengths, particularly 670 nanometers, can re-energize mitochondria. The therapy is surprisingly simple, just a few minutes, once a week, with eyes closed, may improve the efficiency of their photoreceptors. This works because red light stimulates mitochondrial function, improving energy production and slowing down degeneration. It's an exciting field known as photobiomodulation. And while devices vary in quality, the principle is backed by growing studies. But the story doesn't end with gadgets or supplements. Lifestyle plays a huge role. Regular exercise, especially aerobic activity like brisk walking, increases oxygen and builds more mitochondria in the body, including in the eye. Intermittent fasting and low-carbohydrate diets Also improve mitochondrial function by reducing blood sugar swings and encouraging the body to burn ketones, a cleaner fuel for cells. Even simply spending time outdoors matters. Looking at distant objects allows the eye muscles to relax, preventing the computer vision strain that happens when we're locked into close-up screens. All day, researchers now recommend spending at least 2 hours outside daily, focusing on things at different distances. Not just staring at a phone during a walk. Nutrients are equally critical. Vitamin A, for example, is essential for night vision. Without enough, people experience night blindness. The richest sources are animal-based, liver, egg yolks, butter, and cod liver oil. However, absorption can be impaired if you have liver or gallbladder issues, so improving digestion is often necessary. Other compounds like lutein and zeaxanthin, found in egg yolks, kale, pistachios, and Swiss chard, act like natural sunglasses inside the retina, protecting against oxidative stress and harmful UV rays. Interestingly, although plants contain more of these compounds, egg yolks provide them in a more bioavailable form, making them easier for the body to use. What's emerging is a holistic picture. Vision isn't only about the eyes. It's about the entire body's metabolism, nutrition, and lifestyle. Whether it's preventing floaters with autophagy, from fasting, protecting against cataracts by lowering sugar intake, or reducing glaucoma risk through vitamin D and magnesium. We now know that many inevitable eye conditions can be influenced by our choices. The science of vision is really the science of cellular energy, and the eye, being one of the body's most energy-hungry organs, is the first to show us when our metabolism is out of balance. Today, we're going to talk about practical ways to protect your eyes. Now, there's a lot of things that can go wrong with your eyes, but we're going to talk about the most common problems, and I have a simple solution for each one, okay? So let's start off with what I call the daily eye reset habit, okay? Every 20 minutes, you should follow the 20 minus 20 rule. That means you spend 20 seconds looking at something that is 20 feet away. Alright, but you want to do it in a very specific way. You want to relax your eyes like this and not focus on anything and just kind of let your eyes soften. These alone will dramatically reduce the amount of strain and fatigue on your eyes from looking at screens all day long. This is very important. Also, while you're on the computer, you need to make sure you blink properly. Most people, when they are on the computer, tend to blink less than normal. And so you want to consciously blink every 3 seconds. Now, if you don't do anything else, if you just start doing that, your eyes will feel so much better at the end of the day. Let's talk about nutritional solutions. Okay, the first nutrient that I think is vitally important is vitamin A. It's really good for your eyes. It helps with night vision, dry eyes, macular degeneration, and even protecting against glaucoma. The best foods that are loaded with vitamin A are liver, cod liver oil, egg yolks, and butter. Now, another nutrient that's also very important is B1, or thiamine. B1 is really good for dry eyes. So if you want to improve your dry eyes, start consuming more B1. You can get B1 from pork chops, salmon, nutritional yeast, and also leafy greens. And the key with B1 is that you need more of it. So it's very hard to get enough B1 from food, especially if you're consuming a lot of refined sugars. Let's move on to number 3, which is some advanced treatments that are very, very effective. The first one that I'm going to talk about is a type of eye drop. It's called N-acetylcarnosine. There's only one situation where I would recommend this right now, and that is if you have cataracts and you want to try to slow them down. This compound has been shown to stop the progression of cataracts. So you would put these drops in your eyes once a day. Another advanced treatment is a natural remedy for macular degeneration, and that is saffron. Saffron has been shown to be very effective in slowing down macular degeneration, and you would take 30 milligrams per day. Alright, no. 4. let's talk about natural healing methods. If you want to reduce floaters, the best thing to do is fast. When you eat, especially you eat carbohydrates, that creates inflammation in the eye. And the floaters are kind of this gel that is turning into this liquid because of the inflammation. And so the best way to get rid of those is to do prolonged fasting. Now, if you have glaucoma or you're at risk for glaucoma, I would take vitamin D3 and K2. Vitamin D3 helps lower the pressure inside the eye, as does K2. So you would take 20,000 U of vitamin D3 and 200 micrograms of vitamin K2. All right, no, 5. Let's talk about light therapy. There's some amazing benefits. First thing in the morning, you want to get exposure to bright light, especially in the morning. This helps to reset your circadian rhythm. It tells your body that it's time to wake up and be alert. If you don't get enough light in the morning, you're going to have a harder time falling asleep at night. So, that's one aspect of it. But light is also very therapeutic for your eyes. It actually helps to kill off the fungus and the microbes that grow on the inside of your eyelids. And then in the evening, you want to get some more bright light about 2 hours before bed. This will help you get a better quality of sleep. And now, 6. Environmental optimization. As we get older, our eyes start to age and we lose the ability to accommodate certain lighting conditions. So as you get older, you may find that it's harder to see when you have bright lights in your face. One easy way to fix that is to make sure that you have the lights behind you instead of in front of you. Also, make sure that you have good lighting when you're doing tasks. So if you're sitting here watching a video, make sure that you have plenty of light so that you don't have to squint your eyes. Squinting puts extra strain on your eyes. Alright, there you have it. The 6 ways to protect your eyes. Now, if you haven't seen my video on the top 6 nutrients for your eyes, you should check it out. I put it up right here. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of advanced vision health. It's so much more than just having good genes or being careful with your eyes. It's about understanding the intricate biochemical processes that influence your eye health. I want to share with you the most comprehensive guide I've come across. So let's talk about this hidden enemy called AGEs, or advanced glycation, and products are like sticky agents that can bind to important proteins in your eyes, particularly those involved in maintaining the health and clarity of your lenses and the retina. When you have too many AGEs floating around in your body, they can wreak havoc on your eyes by sticking to those crucial proteins. These binding processes can distort the lens proteins, leading to a cloudy lens, and that's how you get cataracts. Similarly, when these sticky agents target the proteins in your retina, it can mess with the shape and function of the retinal cells, contributing to macular degeneration. And guess what? We can actually slow down the production of AGEs by being mindful of the type of diet we eat. By reducing the intake of simple sugars and processed foods, we can keep those pesky AGEs in check and protect our eyes better. Now let's shift our focus to a powerful weapon in our arsenal: alpha-lipoic acid. This amazing compound is a potent antioxidant that helps neutralize harmful free radicals that can damage our eyes. Interestingly, our bodies naturally produce alpha-lipoic acid, which plays a vital role in converting food into energy. But here's where it gets really cool. Alpha-lipoic acid has the unique ability to bind to both water and fat-soluble molecules, making it a super effective antioxidant. This means it can protect our eyes from various types of oxidative stress caused by those pesky free radicals. Next up, we have polyphenols like curcumin from turmeric and resveratrol from red wine and grapes. These compounds are like multitaskers when it comes to eye health. They not only help in slowing down the development of cataracts, but also have anti-inflammatory properties that benefit our eyes. Now let's talk about the vitamin Trinity, vitamin D3, K2, and magnesium. These vitamins and minerals work together to reduce inflammation throughout the body, including our eyes. Vitamin D3 is like a bodyguard for our mitochondria, the powerhouses of our cells. It helps protect them from oxidative stress, ensuring that our retinal cells can function optimally. Magnesium, on the other hand, is essential for maintaining the health of our blood vessels, including those tiny capillaries in our eyes. It helps keep our blood flowing smoothly, supplying vital nutrients to the eyes. Let's not forget about sleep. Getting enough deep sleep is crucial for allowing the lymphatic system to remove waste products from our eyes. This system works like a detoxifying crew, keeping our eyes fresh and healthy. And then there's photobiomodulation, a fancy term for using red light, specifically at 670 nanometers, to boost ATP production in our retinal cells. These can help improve the function of those cells and potentially prevent age-related decline. Finally, let's discuss movement and nature. Spending time outdoors every day can do wonders for our mitochondrial biogenesis. That's a fancy way of saying it helps us create new mitochondria. And don't worry, you don't need to be a superhero. Just a little bit of daily activity can make a huge difference. Plus, it's a natural way to exercise the muscles around your eyes. Remember, your eyes are a reflection of your overall metabolic health. By taking care of your body and making smart choices, you can keep your eyes in tip-top shape. I hope you found this information helpful. Stay tuned for more health insights. And remember, knowledge is the first step towards taking control of your health. So keep learning, stay curious, and empower yourself to make positive changes. Wishing you all the best in your journey towards better health and vision. Take care.